Nose. Nose is the uppermost portion of the human respiratory system. It functions in both breathing and in sensing the smell. Externally, nose is covered by a roughly triangular part made up of cartilage and is covered by skin. Internally, nose has a long narrow cavity, nasal cavity, which is separated by means of a vertical septum. Nasal cavity is divided into upper nasal cavity and lower vestibular cavity and separated from the rest of the skull by means of a plate which has a number of pores. Nasal cavity is lined by mucous membranes. From these membranes, hair-like structures arise which prevents dust. Some of the cells of mucous membrane secrete mucus which keeps the membrane moist. Along with these cells, there are nerve cells which sense the smell called olfactory receptor cells. These receptor cells have bipolar neurons with dendrites and axons. Dendrites facing into the nasal cavity can sense smell and axons travel along the olfactory nerve to the olfactory bulb. When air enters the nose, odor-giving substances present in air dissolve in moisture present in the mucus. These chemicals are detected by the dendrites and stimulate the olfactory nerve cells. From the base of the receptor, nerve fibers of different cells pass through the holes present in the plate, which join to form a large olfactory bulb, which passes the information to brain. How do we sense smell? Whenever the presence of chemical substances is detected, receptor cells give off small electric impulses which travels down the nerve fiber and are carried to brain through olfactory nerve. Brain has separate olfactory center to analyze information about smell in cerebral cortex of the cerebrum. These receptors for smell depend on the chemicals responsible for smell and its solubility in water. Hence are called chemoreceptors. Recap. Nose is the upper portion of respiratory organ. Externally, nose is covered by cartilage and internally by nasal cavity. Mucous membrane lining the nasal cavity have hair-like structures, cells which secrete mucus and also olfactory receptor cells. Odor-giving substances in air dissolve in mucus and is detected by olfactory nerve. All nerve fibers send information through olfactory bulb to brain for analyzing the smell. Receptors for smell and taste are called chemoreceptors. Question and answers. What detects the smell in nose? Olfactory receptors detect the smell in nose. What does chemoreceptors sense? Chemoreceptors sense chemicals of substances responsible for particular sense like taste or smell. Why is mucus secreted in nasal cavity of nose? Mucus is secreted in the nasal cavity to moisturize the air we breathe in and to dissolve the chemicals responsible for smell so that the olfactory receptors identify the smell.